The jungle canopy stretches for miles, a sea of green under the dawn's early light. Down below, weaving through the labyrinth of rivers and canyons, a lone propeller plane flies dangerously low. This isn't a joyride, this is a lifeline. I'm the pilot of this old bird, and my cargo is more precious than gold. Medicine. For months, resistance camps hidden deep within these unforgiving wilds have been cut off, struggling against not just an occupying force, but disease and injury. The world has forgotten them, but we haven't. My mission is simple, but far from easy. Get this medicine to them, no matter the cost. Flying this low is risky. The engine sputters a complaint, and I pat the dashboard like an old friend. Just a little further, girl, I murmur. The river below is a silver ribbon reflecting the bruised purple of the pre-dawn sky. Every shadow could hide a threat, every glint of light a potential enemy patrol. But the thought of the men, women, and children waiting, their lives hanging in the balance, pushes any fear aside. This isn't about bravery, it's about necessity. It's about hope. Suddenly, a high-pitched whine slices through the air, a sound that makes the hair on my arms stand up. I check my mirrors, my heart hammering against my ribs. Two of them, sleek modern fighter jets, sharks in the water, appearing as if from nowhere. They're on my tail, closing fast. My old plane is a workhorse, not a racehorse. I can't outrun them, but I know this terrain better than they do. I bank hard, diving into a narrow canyon, the wingtips nearly scraping the rock walls. The G-force presses me into my seat. The jets are too fast, too wide to follow me in here. For now, it buys me a few seconds, a few precious heartbeats. I have to use the landscape to my advantage. The sun is starting to crest the mountains, and I aim directly for it. The brilliant glare floods my cockpit, but it will also blind my pursuers. I pull up sharply, climbing towards the clouds, using them as cover. It's a game of cat and mouse at 5,000 feet. They reappear, firing warning shots that streak past my cockpit. The explosions are deafening, rocking my small plane. One of them makes a low pass, the pilot's helmeted head visible for a split second. A message. Turn back or be shot down. But turning back isn't an option. I see my drop zone ahead, a small clearing marked by a prearranged signal. Time to get even lower. I skim the treetops, the branches whipping against the fuselage. The jets are forced to pull up, unable to fly this low and slow. It's my chance. With the engines screaming in protest, I push the release lever. The precious cargo, attached to parachutes, tumbles out from the belly of the plane. They drift down, a cascade of hope against the rising sun. For a moment, everything is silent and beautiful. The parachutes catch the first rays of sunlight, glowing like lanterns. I see figures emerging from the tree line, waving, their relief palpable even from this height. My job isn't over. I still have to get out of here. I bank hard again, heading back into the labyrinth of canyons. The jets are regrouping for another pass. Adrenaline is a fire in my veins. The chase is back on. They're faster, they're better armed, but I have something they don't, a purpose that's bigger than myself. Every twist and turn is a calculated risk. I use river bends as shields, cloud banks as hiding spots. The fuel gauge is dropping alarmingly fast. The engine coughs, a grim reminder of the plane's age and the strain I'm putting it under. One of the jets gets a lock on me. A missile screams past, exploding against a cliffside, showering my plane with rock and debris. The cockpit shudders violently. A warning light flashes on the console. I'm losing altitude. Come on, hold together, I plead, wrestling with the controls. The second jet moves in for the final blow. I'm out of tricks, out of altitude. But just as they line up their shot, I see it a waterfall, cascading into a deep, misty gorge. It's a crazy idea, a 1 in a million shot. I dive, aiming straight for the waterfall. The jet follows, confident. But just before I hit the wall of water, I cut the engine and pull the plane into a controlled stall, dropping like a stone into the thick mist below the falls. From their perspective, it will look like I crashed into the cliff face. The plane shudders as it enters the turbulent air behind the water. For a terrifying moment, I'm flying completely blind, surrounded by the deafening roar of the falls. I fight to regain control, my knuckles white on the yoke. The plane responds, sputtering back to life. I emerge from the mist, hidden from above, and follow the river downstream. I look back, no pursuit. They bought it. They think I'm gone, a wreck at the bottom of the gorge. A slow smile spreads across my face. I'm battered, low on fuel, but I'm alive. And more importantly, the medicine was delivered. As I limp back towards my hidden airstrip, the sun is high in the sky, a warm and welcome sight. Today, we gave those people a fighting chance. This single flight won't win the war, but it will save lives. It will remind them that they are not alone, that hope can still take flight, even in the darkest of times. And as long as there are people in need, pilots like me will be there, flying the dawn patrol, ready to risk it all. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you were on the edge of your seat, imagine the real heroes who inspire tales like this every day. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of courage and hope. We'll see you on the next flight.